50 deep or solo. He was hard by till I hit him with the fofo. Main do the dash real fast in the popo. Bad bitch on my side, dark skin, color Coco. I'm rolling, I can't feel my body.
Man, what's good with y'all boys? Young RJ, yes sir. And I do got the fresh cut.
I like your cut, G.
But I'm gonna leave the hat on, you know, let it grow back a little bit. But anyways, this is part one of why I think the moon landing was fake. Now, before we get this video started, go ahead and hit that subscription. Go ahead and like the video and turn the bell on so you do not miss part two or the next or any video notification at that. But let's hop straight into this. All right, now before we start this video, I want y'all to know I don't believe like every single fact down to the T that I'm gonna mention here. Now, as a conspiracy theorist, you know, I try to take all sides of everything and then come to my own conclusion. Even though conspiracy theorist is more of a free thinker to me, I'm just gonna say that because that's probably what y'all know it as. But I'm just taking both sides of the story. In this video, I'm gonna give y'all both sides of the story and I'm gonna let y'all decide because I want you to come to the same conclusion as me. But I just want y'all to know I'm not taking everything as fact that I'm saying in this video. Now, in saying that, you know, you can leave me a comment down below or in the description. Also, I got my Instagram. You know, you could DM me on there. I'm pretty sure my email is somewhere on the channel. Maybe one of y'all know how to get to that. You can email me if you want to. You know, we could chop it up, talk about it or whatever. But I'm not like, if you're on some disrespectful stuff, like trying to call me dumb or something. Like, personally, I don't really care. Like, you're on the internet, like. What you say doesn't affect me, even if you said it to me in real life. I still wouldn't care. But all I'm saying is I'm not gonna respond to negativity. We could talk to each other like human beings, you know, have respect or not at all. But in saying that, let's hop straight into this video. Now, for this first video, this is more of like a backstory to why I think the moon landing was fake. But in this video, I'm gonna give y'all 6 different things like leading up to it. So first we got Operation High Jump, and I'm gonna go through all of these in detail. So we got Operation High Jump, Operation Fishbowl, Operation Deep Freeze, the Antarctic Treaty, NASA's founding, and then of course the moon landing itself, Apollo 11. Like I said, description, I provided everything down there. You know, I got all the links, everything, you know, all my research, and I'm gonna title it pretty good so you'll be able to find it, even though like you could just do a simple Google search and then you could find most of this stuff, but just so it's easier for you, down in the description. Now, you might see me with my backup in a few of these clips just because it's a lot of information. I ain't gonna try to remember all of it then speak to y'all. But basically, I'm gonna get into this first one first. This one's Operation High Jump. And these are in order. I sent them like kind of disproportionately, but I'm gonna tell you obviously in order. So first of all, this Operation High Jump, the objectives according to the government, I'm gonna go over like, you know, kind of what it is in a sec. The objectives of Operation High Jump were to 1, train in frigid conditions. So like, you know, get all these soldiers or whatever and get them used to training in cold environments. I'm guessing, you know, maybe to go fight in Russia, because if y'all don't know, like, you can't even live in half of Russia. You probably ain't know that. You know, I just taught you something new today because it's too dang on cold. But number 2 is extending U.S. sovereignty. So basically, colonizing.
Well, let's be nice. Yeah. Let's be nice. We don't have to go there. I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it. I mean, good Lord.
Number 3, they were seeing if it was feasible enough to put down bases, you know, in the Antarctic. And I didn't even say this at the beginning. This was taking place in Antarctica, but I figure y'all should already know that, you know, knowing the Antarctic Treaty or hearing me say that. But number 4, seeing if they can make some, you know, air bases or whatever. And then lastly, number 5, see what the growing conditions were there. So like, you know, if you can grow potatoes, carrots, whatever, something along those lines. I'm not too sure about number 5 and 6, but I just include them anyway. And then number 6 was helping with like a smaller expedition that they were doing there. So like they put in some extra BS just to throw you off a little bit, or that's what I'm assuming at least. Now on the flip side, or my side, I believe that, you know, this is probably, out of the 6 operations I'm going to talk about, this is probably the most factual one. I do believe they went there, you know, with the intentions I just told you, to train their soldiers, you know, investigate, see if they could find air bases or bases, whatever, to put down, you know, colonize some more of the world. I guess the US wasn't enough, you know, and do all that. I believe, you know, out of all the 6, this is the most factual. But at this time, this is when they saw the ice wall. Now, I don't know if I completely believe in the ice wall theory or any of that, but I'm gonna just go with it. I'm gonna just tell y'all the theory how it is. So this is at the point when they found the giant ice wall in the Antarctic, and you know, they're like, what the heck? Like, what is this? So this leads into the next operation. The next operation was Operation Deep Freeze. Now 1 through 3 was some BS. It was like some more BS to throw you off, you know what I mean? Like I just told you about in the first one. Yeah, they threw some more of that in this one. So I'm just gonna do 4, 5, and 6. Now 4 was establishing permanent establishments. This is when they're like, oh yeah, you know, we gotta set up shop here, you know, start investigating, like what the heck is that? And then number 5, you know, they start air mapping, you know, I'm guessing to see how, you know, how far up the ice wall goes. That's why they had the air map, because they probably just stood on the ground. They look up, they like, God dang, you know, that mug big. We ain't gonna be able to see it from down here. We're gonna have to get something in the sky. So number 6, it says conducting scientific investigation. Exactly what I just said. They stand on the damn ground, they look up, they like, dang, this big old ice wall. Now, like I said, I don't know if I completely believe in this one, but some of the other stuff in this theory I do believe. But also, you know, if they didn't find anything when the first operation, they wouldn't, you know, go back there. The US government doesn't strike me as a collection of people who are just gonna go somewhere, find nothing, and then go investigate more. They always looking for something, you know, and if they found something, they like, so the first operation, they like, oh, you know, we just gonna see, check it out, whatever. And then the second operation, they trying to establish permanent bases. Just think about that for a little bit. Now, this leads me to the next thing, which was the founding of NASA, or NASA. And NASA is, search up the archaic verb, and I'm gonna probably put it on the screen actually for y'all right here. So NASA is the archaic verb of something, blah blah. It's like I said, it's probably up on the screen right now, but it means to lie or to deceive. Now next, I'm gonna have probably put this NASA logo on the board. Now take a look at the NASA logo for a sec. What does that look like? I'm talking about the little red thing. Just think for a second. Alright, now I'll show you what it actually is. Now you see this, you know, it's a snake. And then here, let's go to the next thing. Who lied to Adam and Eve in the Bible? And you probably like, the Bible? Whoa, slow down. Like I'm not even following you, but hold on, just wait. But who lied to Adam and Eve in the Bible? I'll put that up on the screen next. A snake. In the original Bible, the snake deceived Adam and Eve into eating the apple from God's forbidden fruit. Now, if you don't think, you know, you can think whatever about this, but if this doesn't strike you as kind of odd, then you might need some help. Now, I want you to take a seat for this one, because some wild stuff is about to come out of my mouth, and you're probably not going to agree with it, but I don't care. This is what I think. I believe, and even in the Bible it says this: God gave the devil the rule over the earth, and God rules the heavens. Now you're gonna see why this is important. I'm gonna talk about this a little bit further into the video.
Stop the cap.
So God rules the heavens and the devil rules the earth. Now I believe, you know, the reason why they're trying to push this, I'm gonna put the globe in my hand just so we can laugh at it for a sec. Go ahead and look at that. The earth is not this. But the reason why they're trying to push this globe thing is to discredit the Bible. And like I said, I believe the devil runs the earth. You know, he's like the governments of the world, you know, the people who have all these banks. And I'm gonna get more into these in my future videos, but today I'm gonna just say stuff, and I'm gonna sound crazy. I don't even care. It's okay though. But they're trying to discredit the Bible, which is the firmament. Now next, I'm gonna put all these other civilizations versus NASA. We're not calling it NASA no more. It is NASA, to lie, to deceive. And actually, let me be a little fair, because NASA is not the only space agency that's trying to push this. Now, I'll put these other space agencies from different parts of the world up, and they don't even match up together. Like, okay, I'll be reasonable about this one. It might be different hues, contrast, whatever, different cameras. I'll give y'all that. But, like, come on now. Y'all could at least match up y'all stories if y'all gonna try to lie to me, you know what I mean? But anyways, this leads me into the next one, which is the Antarctic Treaty. Now, the Antarctic Treaty was signed by, I think, 54 or 59. Don't ask me why it's either one. I think it's either one of those. I'm gonna put that in the description too, because obviously I don't know. But it was signed by a few different countries, and basically what it is, you or I cannot just, waltz on the Antarctica and just do whatever. I mean, you can't really do that anywhere, but like very much less so in Antarctica. Like if you're from one of the signatories, like one of the 12 countries that signed the Antarctic Treaty, not the countries that agreed upon it. Now, I might be wrong about this. I'll put that in the description, but I'm kind of just talking right now. I'll put that in the description and we'll see if I'm right or not. I'm pretty sure it was 54 countries or 59 that agreed upon it, and then 12 that signed on it. Now, the countries that signed on it include Australia, Belgium, Chile, France, Japan, New Zealand, Norway, South Africa, the UK, the US, and the USSR. So if you're from one of these 12 signatories, then you can go to Antarctic, but you have to, when you get there, you have to let them know what you're doing, why you're coming on your own, your travel plans, your possible environmental impact, and then you got to have to sign something that says you're going to agree, not to like take anything or go anywhere you're not supposed to, things of that nature. So basically you're held on like very high restriction, even if you're just visiting. Now, the reason I believe they let you go by yourself is because they don't believe that the average person is gonna be able to just go on his or her own all the way to the ice wall, to see. Like, I'm guessing, like I said, I'm not too sure about the ice wall, but I'm guessing this is why. Now, you can also go, anybody can go with a guide, but it's about $10,000. Nobody's paying $10,000, like I said, the average person. They're slick about this. They'll give you like the option, but it's not realistic. And that's why they're giving you the option. If there was a real option, like, they would not be giving it to you, you know what I mean? And let me put it like this. I guess technically, if you were that dedicated, like, you can get a whole snowsuit, you can get you a pack of dogs, all of that, and keep going. But Antarctica is the biggest continent on the world. You're probably not gonna get that far, you know what I mean? Unless you're like one of the government agencies or whatever, and those are actually the only people, allowed to live on there. Antarctica is the only continent on the earth with no active population. Now, like I was saying about the tour guide, so I believe the tour guide, you can go with them, and then they'll take you where it's approved, like where it's okay, around Antarctica. Oh, look over there. Oh, look at the penguins. Oh, blah, blah. Oh, but my superior said, oh, we can't go over there, so let's just turn back this way. You know what I mean? And then lastly, the treaty says you aren't even allowed to take like a little bit of dirt. So I'm sure even if the ice wall is not true, like, there's definitely something bigger going on here. Okay, this leads me into the next one, which is Operation Fishbowl, and I just realized I didn't tell you guys about the firmament. Now, I should have told you about the firmament Operation Deep Freeze. Now, I told you that was the second expedition. During the second expedition, they found the firmament, or that's how the theory goes. So the firmament, if you don't know, I'll put a picture up of that if I haven't already. And basically, it was described in the Bible. I'll put that scripture up here too. You can go search that up yourself. I'll put it down in the description, all of that. So basically, it's a giant dome and then a flat earth. Now, this is where the kind of the flat earth theory comes from too. Now, so there's a giant ice wall along with the firmament. Now, I'll get a little bit more into that. So what Operation Fishbowl is, now think about it, you know, fishbowl, what is the firmament that I just showed you look like? It looks like a fishbowl. So this Operation Fishbowl, I'm gonna read this word for word, even though this is, you know, kind of boring, but actually it's not really boring. This is like it's thought-provoking, I'll say it like that. So the first planned test of Operation Fishbowl was June 2nd, 1962, when a nuclear warhead was launched from Jonathan Island on a Thor missile just after midnight. Although the Thor missile appeared to be on normal trajectory, the radar tracking system lost track of the missile. Lost track? What do you mean? Because of the large number of ships and aircraft in the area, there was no way to predict if the missile was on a safe trajectory, so the range safety officers ordered the missile with its warhead to be destroyed. So you lost your missile. No nuclear detonation occurred, and obviously, you know, I can't speak today. No nuclear detonation occurred, and some words I just don't like, so I don't try saying them. And no data was obtained, but the subsequent investigation found that the Thor was actually following the forget it. So basically, they found they took their missile and they lost it, but they predicted that it was actually following the right path or trajectory. They thought, they don't know, and they tried to blow it up, you know, after they lost it, but they couldn't even do that. So they lost their missile. They lost their missile. I don't believe that for a second. If you believe that, you might be dumb. Like, how do you just lose this missile that you just watched where you fired? Like, this, like, I don't even see how this could have made sense to them. You know what I mean? Like, they then detonated all these other stuff, and then they just so happen to lose this one that they're shooting into space. And oh yeah, Operation Fishbowl, what this is they're trying to blow up the firmament. So that's why they're shooting missiles into space. Because think about it, you know, they can rationalize this all day, but at the end of the day, you can sit and think, why are we shooting nukes into space? Like, whatever reason you give me, it still wouldn't make any sense, you know what I mean? Okay, this last one is Apollo 11. Now, I'll get into this briefly, but this is like the moon landing, and this is going to be part 2. I'm going to explain the moon landing. The moon landing gets its own video. Like you're going, I'm convinced by the end of part 2, you're going to be like, yeah, I believe that too. But I'll get into it a little bit. So I mean, and I don't even really got to. We all know the Apollo 11, one small step for man, one giant leap for our agenda, or whatever they say, you know what I mean? But if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and, actually, hold up. Now I think about it, I do want to make a comment. So you're telling me we made a phone call to the moon, but my friend's phone doesn't work in another state. Think about this. This was in the 1900s. We're in the 2020s now, and phone connection isn't even all that advanced now. So are you telling me we just had super advanced phone connections back then? Now they say, and I'll be fair about this, you know, maybe this is true, but actually no, it's not, and I'll explain more in the second video. They say that, so the president picked up the phone in the Oval Office, then he went to it bounced to the Houston Command Center, and then, you know, from the Houston Command Center, that's how he talked to the astronauts. But I'm gonna tell y'all why in part 2, like how that, like why we didn't even go to the Earth, and, you know, like I'm gonna just debunk that whole thing. But now, if y'all enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave a subscription, go ahead and like the video, and turn that bell on so you don't miss part 2, because I know you enjoyed this part, and the second part is going to be even better. Y'all boys be smooth. Peace out.